Yeah, it's coming up. It's about to come up.
Yeah, it's going stream now.
Uh,
Got it. Fine. You are there.
yeah, am I there? Okay. Yeah, yeah, I got it. Yeah, thank you, everybody. I think we're 13 now. We are good to go. We've been on this for a while. Please, avast us some little honor in going to your YouTube and then be clicking your subscription button. It helps us to enlarge our coast, make it viral for people to more people to for algorithm, sorry, to be able to push it further. We've been on these topics and we have 8 topics lined up. After that, we have 3 topics and then we have other 5 topics. Well, as time goes on, we'll be drafting some topics and we'll be generating topics. At times it will collide, at times it will interface, at times it will not. But the bottom line is that we are learning something. Shakespeare said in Merchant of Venice is that, and such a want with sadness, I have much ado to know myself. So it's good to learn to know yourself. If you don't know where you are coming from, you cannot determine where you are. If you cannot determine where you are, you don't know where you're heading to. The bottom line of life is from where you are coming from, know where you are, and know where you're heading to. And there's this adage in my place that says that if somebody is carrying an umbrella from rain and enter the house and still carrying the umbrella as if to say it's being rain. Meanwhile, it's inside the house. Please collect the umbrella because he didn't know where the rain started and he didn't know where it ended. That is why he is still holding the umbrella while inside the house. So the idea here now is to know where the rain starts in our life, know when it ends in our life, and then know where to drop the umbrella. You don't drop umbrella inside the house. You don't carry umbrella. Umbrella is meant for you to shade you from light, from sun, and shade you from, well, especially, and shade you from rain. So if it's not sunny, if it's not rainy, or if it is raining and you carry an umbrella and then you continuously carry an umbrella, even when the rain stopped, you don't even know when I believe that in your mindset, you didn't even know when it started. Now, the adage of today is highly simplified. The other day we discussed about purchasing power, which we have purchased, and then you deal with repurchasing power, which is paramount. Purchasing power is what you have purchased. And then repurchasing power is what you are going to repurchase. If in your business, in all you do, you have a purchasing power, but you don't have a repurchasing power, there's a problem there. The adage in the preamble, when get back to the preamble. Uh-huh. No. Okay. The plate you used in eating a meal becomes a dirty plate immediately after the meal, which is true. When we're eating a sumptuous meal, the plate is not dirty, but immediately we finish eating, the plate is dirty. And the topic we're going to deal with is cash flow. And listen, this is fundamental in business. If you're doing business and your cash is not flowing, something is fundamentally wrong. In business, cash flow is king. Second slide. Sources of business is regimentally, and I use this word regimentally. You know, when somebody have a regimented life, that means it's behove that person to be in that spot. He cannot move outside that spot. It's the spot where I'm talking about success. When you spot success, it's tangential to cash flow. Every success story has to do in business, has to do with cash flow. You might want to ask 9 out of 10 businesses that have failed because of cash flow problems. almost every business, 90% of business that fail has something with cash flow. Then the other 10% has nothing to do with cash flow. So that means fundamentally, cash flow is a seasoning point, the way you season your food. That's what cash flow is in your business mindset. Cash flow management determines which business crash, struggle, survive, or thrive. And that's why if you are diversifying your business, I always tell people, even you multitask and multi-stream your business, make sure you put them in compartments. Make sure you put them in compartments so that anyone that is not doing well has different management, have different accounting procedure. For every business, you are multi-streaming. So if anyone is not doing well, time flies, you just drop it. Maybe it's not doing well as at that time, but later on you might pick up, or you might not even pick up at all. You don't struggle with cash flow. So when you multitask or multi-stream your business, make sure they remain in quanta. They're in compartments, so that anyone that is struggling, anyone that is crashing, anyone that is surviving, anyone that is thriving, you'll be able to determine by your record, by your record, by your account record, by your bookkeep. You don't need to struggle area that is difficult. I mean, I came to a place, if I tell, when maybe I can cite some example. We got to say, I said, poultry, shut down, please, shut down. Let me have my life. And then to capture it succinctly means doing everything possible and legally to ensure that money flows into your business as quickly as possible and exit as slowly as possible. That means you have to put nozzle. And we are going to discuss some of those nozzles. You have to put some nozzle. You need to put some nozzle at the end of cash flow so that they don't flow out. The best way to put some nozzles is to put leakages. But if you don't know you have a leakage, that's a problem. If you don't have a system, I discussed the other time about marker. I use this biochemistry of tumor and cancer. Once there's a level of a chemical like PSA, the level at this point, there's no tumor. And then at this point, there's benign tumor. I'm talking about prostate this time. At level at some time, there's cancer. At level sometimes there's hyperplasia, that's normal enlargement. So you must have markers. These markers are flags that are raised. Once you have a raised once the flags are raised, be very careful. It might be green flag, like a traffic light. It might be yellow. The red, once it starts flashing red, be careful. And then last is that if you still want your business to flow, then if you still want your business to flow, then mind your cash flow. Mind your cash flow. Now, the next is quick, legitimate inflows of cash. Proper business analysis that favors cash flow, especially in an area that people are throwing cheap funds. People are in spending spree. There are some businesses that your customer, for them to spend money, it is difficult. But there's some businesses, there's some customers, your client or customer will easily spend money. If you align yourself in area where customers are easily spending money, your cash will flow. And what we're discussing now is cash flowing from the point of your budget to profit. Any cash that does not get to the profit level, any cash that didn't get to profit level, or whatever cash flows didn't get to profit level, you might have expanse of cash filling your room. But when you look at it, you see that the profit is not worth it. the point about profit is whatever you do, whatever investment you do, let your business be tangential to profit. And maintaining near irrevocable, strong clientele through discipline, magnetic emotion. This is where some of us are losing grip. You see, emotion. Once you badge yourself into emotion psyche of a people, they will not leave you. You do everything you are doing in business, make sure that you badge your emotion, that people are glued to you because of certain forces they have seen in you. Once you have this level of clientele, I bet you your cash will flow. Operating at areas of strong need, in the economy, there are one of areas of need, area of demand. Like during the COVID, face mask is an area of need. And some of us are in food animal practice. It's an area of need. People must eat food. No matter how poor somebody is, once in a while you eat chicken. In fact, if you go to some areas in Kaduna where you see masses, where they aggregate, they might not even know where they'll sleep the next minute. But you see them eating small chops, chicken, suya, name it, taking oranges. I'm talking about northern Nigeria. And I tell people the last point of economy, how come the agriculture vis-a-vis food animal is not a volatile economy? Because it will be the last. And for every economy to crash to the bottom, the last of it will be agriculture, food intake. People must eat. People must eat. People live in shelter. They don't have a place to live. They don't even have a place to sleep. Yet, they must eat food. Even the madmen in the street, they must eat food to survive. They say clothing, shelter, food are the fundamental. Most of on top of those three is food. So agriculture, food animal practice, and now the security tension in the country is making people to have security animal as companion animal. These are area of need. And once you align your business in an area of need, the tendency is that your cash will flow. Then highbrow and submissive clientele. When I was practicing, as little as I am, even as copper, if I tell you the kind of clientele I had and where I was moving in, big houses, those who have horses, and then veterinary medicine in Nigeria puts you, thank you, put you closer to people, put you closer to people that matter. In all simplicity, the people that matter. There are a lot of people, generals, politicians. These are highbrow personalities. If you get such clientele, your cash will flow. Then aggregate low, brow, but strong clientele in long run. Strong clientele in long run, or area cash must flow from masses. When you aggregate people who are poor, but they are spending at their lower level. Agree that three of them at the higher level might not give you the cash you need. But when you have them in masses, in an aggregate form, then it is strong recommendation from other clients or customers. This is another thing. And our business as Vex most times is self-advertised, corporate advertised. You don't go to newspapers to advertise your hospital, your clinic. Professionals in Nigeria, there's a law. You are self-advertised, meaning that what you do advertises you. It gives you impetus to do more, to walk into the minds of people so that I can have recommendation. Area of study, but high business efficiency. And I will start first to start thinking about ruminants, to be frank with us. Because ruminants Ruminants in strict sense, their food is not as expensive as the monogastric. I'm telling you. And that's non-ruminant monogastrics. You know, horses are ruminant monogastric. Non-ruminant monogastric. Then another area of importance is forex. Anything you can do now to make foreign exchange, you need money. Anything you do to make foreign exchange is key at this point in time in the march for our survival instinct. Anything you make in money, and more especially if you are into importation, you need to generate your foreign exchange. Either you export to import. It gives you largesse, it gives you leverage, it gives you business impetus. It gives you business impetus. Then attending seminars, talk show, workshop, conferences. Ready for your conference. Attending talk show, workshop, conferences for updates on specific areas of concerns, areas of intervention, and policy directions of government. Government has thrown in a lot of money, anchor borrower scheme, because people need food. There are areas government are intervening. Especially if you are food animal practice, do you kill yourself in such areas? In fact, there are some vets, banks who use them as resource persons to drive their clientele, their customers, and teach them and direct them the way to start livestock farming. Some people key into such a thing. We consult banks on that. And then if you develop lecture strategy whereby you can engage banks, or banks will engage you, still on these talk shop seminars and workshops. And then if you are part of it, you learn. And I always say this. In fact, I must continue to hammer. Attending conferences, meeting your colleagues, discussing with them, knowing what they do, so that you can come back and see where you can redress yourself. If there are certain mistakes you are doing. Look, as I left, how do I call it? As I left, when I left university, as a copper, I was the only copper that went to Lagos conference 1987. I was 2 weeks in NYC, under NYC. But I went. Since then, I swore until recently now, after attending 30-something conferences, then I started to put a hold, maybe age or whatever. Maybe I've gotten some experience, but there's no end to experience. And after that, I saw some exhibitions, and I said, one day I'll put my own exhibition. And I started little by little. Today, I have exhibition. In fact, in Lagos, we're going to exhibit. By tomorrow, next tomorrow, we start mobilizing our vehicles to Lagos, vans to Lagos for the conference. People will buy our things. And the only thing, and when people are buying your things, and you are making contact with people for you to follow up. I know how many distributors we've made because of conference. And they are doing with them areas your products are not at all, like Jalingo. Jalingo, Mubi. You see people coming to represent you in that area. Then I discuss about multiple streams of cash flow in parallel connections. And I know what I mean, because if you connect your circuit, it's like a circuit. If you connect it in serial, like Christmas tree, if you remove one bulb, all of them will go. All of them will come crashing. Then if you, like this house now, if I remove one bulb, light will flow from other bulbs. That's how you can multi-stream your business so that even if one is not doing well, others will be doing well. But not when you remove one business, others will crash. And then another best way of cash flow is to connect your business in such a way that they are interdependent. This one, that's why the compartmentalization of business is good. Well, oh, this section of business needs this. I will sell it to that. The other one needs, the one that have it will sell to this. You know, you start building your strategies. In that case, you become your own. In fact, the best client is you. Instead of buying, let's assume, like when we have poultry farm, we are selling vaccine, we are selling medication. Our medications and vaccines are supplied to farm. The farm will make their profit. The pharmaceutical angle of our business will make a profit. Knitting your business so that, in fact, after teaching this to some people, one man said, he went and opened up a microfinance. And all, because he's running a security company, and all his security guards are being paid through his microfinance, and that is a service he would have been getting from another people, and that is the service he's getting from himself, and he's being paid for that. So that's it. Please, who is talking now? Forces that block cash flow. Number one, be careful. Be careful. Solomon, you're here. Careful. Forces that deals with cash flow. Please be careful. Be careful. Bad debts is a killer. It can destroy your business. I was taking ATS. VTS was telling me that his bad debt before he was killed. He was kidnapped and killed. His bad debt was up to 30 million. When I was telling him my bad debt was not up to 600,000, he was looking at me because I try as much as, in fact, before you bad debt to me now, it's very difficult. Solomon knows how I was able to recover some money from him. That would have been a bad debt. Out of 2 million, I've recovered 1.5 million from him. And he's happy. You know, so, and I have my mechanisms. And don't tell me you're my friend. If my lawyers want to deal with you, one is that I will not sell product to you if I'm supplying you in a Badon. If I'm supplying you in a Badon, my invoice is Kaduna. If I'm supplying you in Ibadan, my business is Kaduna. The invoice I am invoicing you is Kaduna invoice. So that if there's anything, I'll take the matter up legally in Kaduna. So we have one central invoice spot. Though we can give it to you at any place, we can invoice you, but legally we're invoicing you from our one base. So that if there's court processes, I've recovered over 3 million in the past 1 year. Through one, I will go after you. And I will make sure that for you to buy from me, I have documentation that will incriminate you if you don't want to pay. And I will make it a criminal offense. I will recover that money. And by the time you spend your money in lawyers, you will pay me by force. I don't laugh about it because the key to our business goes over. Another thing is scamming. Scamming is another thing. Scammers can uproot you from foundation. A lot of scamming schemes, some have gone bonkers. Some have gone bonkers. In fact, in UK, Indians are big scammers now. I never knew. I thought Nigerians are scammers until I arrived in UK.
You don't mean it.
Reckless lifestyle. Reckless lifestyle is another way. Reckless life is another way of blocking cash flow. And we all mean throwing money on women, throwing money on men, throwing money on irrelevancies. Money you would have used to organize yourself, train your children, you are using it to spending in free time in it. Then Subversive human resources. If I tell you this story about me, somebody I kept in my house in the village went and planted fake money. And how I got it, how I saw it. And if at all DSS, they were planning to come and arrest me before I saw it. And when I saw the money in a publication, burial publication, I thought I mistakenly kept that money until I carried the money to go and buy fuel at Asaba NMPC. They started hitting his fake, and I looked at it. It was just paper. How I got it was that I was looking for a document, land I bought in the village. I wanted to take the document with me. In the process of searching the area where I have piles of wedding publication, brochures and burial brochure, I saw the money. And immediately I saw that money. 2 publication brochures. I saw the document I was looking for. The following morning, and the young man did not even know I kept in the house, did not even know that I was traveling the following day. They have planned a lot of things, but if that, be careful. If the SS says there's no way I will spend less than 15 million to save myself and save my faith, because this kind of thing, this scandal is too much, will be too much. There are some human resources that are very subversive, even in your business, ethically subversive. And then human resources resolving in stealing your time. I employed a vet who has no job, impregnated a girl, couldn't marry her. As at the time I employed this boy, the wife was to be the girlfriend, and the child was staying with the Atabu behind Atabu with the parents. He was staying with his friend in Ibadan. Immediately I gave him job, I gave him house. He brought the wife, they started living together. 2-room boys quarter, self-contained. Then he had his engagement get together at Abo. 6 months later, he registered to do 6 months later, he registered at UI to do his master's full-time, abandoning my business. So one thing about some people is that, and I have said it before in one of these lectures, whereby because I'm in Kaduna, they're in Enugu, they're Ibadan, they can convert their business, make their business their primary, and you that are paying them, giving them vehicle, they use your own as secondary. One, I caught him in Enugu, 6 a.m. because I got all the markers. Like I said, got all the flags. But I don't sack. I want to know why, so that I'll learn. I'll learn from it. 6:30, I was at his place, at the shop at Enugu. Then what happened? He didn't even see me because he was distributing their OTs. And the way it is that this guy has stopped working for you. Yeah, doctor, that bed he gave me the other day is due for Lasota. This one due for Gomoro. This one due for this. That means has finished your. The way he looked up and saw me. After 15 minutes, I was there. He nearly, it's like he wanted to sink. What did I do? At Enugu, I still sell my products in Enugu till today. We have shrunk, and that's what I'm coming to that. We have shrunk to a management level, manageable level as at this time. Or a colleague of mine who told my driver caught him. I gave my driver 200 naira to go and polish my shoe and then entered the house. I was staying with the driver. In fact, I was the one driving. When I came, I gave my driver the money. The young man was behind. Only for driver to go and urinate and come back. That was the level some people can go. He didn't see the money. And because he was sleeping or something, he was absent-minded. He didn't know when I gave him the money to polish the shoe. When the driver said, you are the one that took this money because you were here, I kept the money here. He said, please don't keep money recklessly again. This is how I get money to roast my maize, to buy roasted maize. This is how I eat maize. It's the money I pick from the car like this, or got drops, a guy is careless. So, you see, there are little by little, 200 and 300, before it blossom into millions. So you need to be careful. Don't take things for granted. Human resources is evil until you prove otherwise. Just like I talked about scam. Anybody that sees you in the street and start talking to you, It's either once your mind is that this person might hypnotize me, he will not be able to hypnotize you. Then your equipment. When I was having a farm, one of my manager, an animal scientist, had a parallel farm, taking on my equipment, birds, name it. Name it. I have seen a lot. One night I went to my farm, 2 a.m. I saw 2 pickup loading poultry manure because I built a shade whereby the way the things work here, they don't buy these poultry manure when there's weight during the rainy season. What they buy during the dry season, they'll bring it out and dry. So I built a shade. I don't throw them out because it's messy, ammonia all over the places. I saw them packing 2 pickup in the midnight by 2 a.m. In poultry, if I got a stage, what is my? They steal the chicken, they steal the feed, they steal the drug, they will steal your manure, they will steal your empty bags. Everything is stealable in poultry. So if you want to run a poultry, you don't have to be an absentee poultry farmer. You need to live with it. Then, now, the forces that block with reckless marriage. This is another one. There are people that are unsettled, in their marriage. If you're unsettled in your marriage, for those of you about to go into marriage and those who are married, make sure you keep your marriage intact because any distraction can lead you astray. The legal involvement, the putting you left and center, the emotional problem attached to it is something that can put you off. Expanded family responsibility. I come into this. I have said the other in the video, make sure you trim your family size. Don't go about having 12 legitimate children, 100 illegitimate children, or marrying 100 wives so you can procreate to show that you can produce. Everything comes at you. When you get to a boxing ring and you see people boxing, it is on the body that the boxing is going to. That and you people are shouting, it's on the body. On the body. Somebody that, in fact, what I do in most times, oh, uncle, I want to holiday with you. Holiday with your parents. I'll give you money from a distance. Because of experience I've had. It took an audacity from me. Audacity. It took audacity for me to photocopy money and keep so that I can catch somebody. And when I caught the person, a holiday maker in my house, when I caught the person, the money we saw in the bag and the marking and the signature I signed, and every money has its number. The one she stole, we went to the photocopy and be marking them in the photocopy. Why getting yourself to that level? Suspecting somebody is stealing, you don't want to insult the person, you want to prove that the person is stealing your money. Don't come to my house. Stay I can help you from your house. And then outdated business model. We have said it here. You are today doing business with yesterday's method. You cannot have your tomorrow. These are the things that block. And then how do you ways out? Expand the cash inlet, put nozzle against the leakages. Everything I said there, do the contrary. Everything that I said that blocks cash flow, do the contrary. Trying to do a contrary. And surveillance through intelligent camera personnel. Most times, I know a farmer. I don't want you people to go. A big farmer. He has intelligence. Most of the girls working in the farm gives him intelligence, and he paid them seriously, gives what's happening in the farm. Then, constant prayers, so be firm. And another thing is that when you catch a criminal because it's your brother, because his family is big, you don't go and dump him in a cell. For people to learn. I have thrown a lot of people in the cell. I don't care. In fact, one of them, they sprayed him. He tried to mess up. They spray him tear gas. anything, be firm. Most so far as you are saving yourself. And two things I do not take in business. Two things. One is sorry. Another one is please. Anybody who is telling you sorry has messed you up and is telling you sorry. In business, these two words, then please is that the person want to mess you up. It's not, business is not a beg. If you want to do business, conform with the tenets. The presence of business, don't go outside it. Business is not an emotional bazaar business. His business is a tit for tat. Imagine the guy that I collected that the day Belief went to his place in Jos is somebody I gave employment when I was NVMA president, who calls me daddy. But when he wanted to dupe me, which has eaten my money, I had to get my money. I learned the church rallied around and paid him for him to recover his vehicles, his equipment, the Belief too. And you know the way Belief do, they will auction it. And if the auction is not enough, they'll start looking for him until he finish paying. Now, trim your business to manageable size. I've trimmed my business to, I don't want everything I put my hand. If your business is beyond your control, you are making money for the people. Worker security funds contribution. Some people have done some in my work, some engaging some companies that you pay them off less 10% of their income. So that after 10 years, the company will get the most special insurance company. I think they do it. One farm did it, and it's work for him in poultry farm. So that when they catch you, the more you stay and the more you are doing your contribution, the more careful you are. And at the end of the day, maybe working for 10 years or 20 years, you see maybe 1 million in your account. Let's assume that collecting maybe 5,000 in your salary every month. In 1 year is 60,000. In 10 years is 600,000. You can't, because of 600 when it's approaching 400, 300 and start stealing. And be careful against points raised in slide 5. Now, the last point is stay fit. That is conclusion. Stay fitful, stay faithful, stay watchful, and prayerful against forces raised in slide 5 and 6. Thanks for watching, listening, and learning. Thank you very much. Like we normally do, we intentionally ask some questions. Please, at this point, can we go to your YouTube? Can you go to YouTube and then click the subscription button for all of you? I think we have 21 participants. This is the way we flow, because these topics take us a lot of money. Like if you look at in front of me, you see a broadband machine. This is, and then go and do some research. So we need the algorithm to help us. So we need to go to YouTube. I must say, you have the YouTube, our YouTube link.
I do that. I have.
Send it now. Let them look at it so that they'll click on it. They'll click on it. Then we'll be having our discussion, our faithful discussion. Somebody said a wonderful presentation. 62 years, 37 years in practice. I don't make 62 years in this practice, gathering experience from a son of a village headmaster to a veterinary doctor, and to the level I am now, ex-NVMA president, 2 times in the CANS VCN, for that means 10 years in the VCN, sat at the what do you call it? Sat at the Senate of the College of Vet Surgeons, and still run my business. Started my corporate business in 1993 till now. If I can make if I cannot make a good presentation, when will I do it? When will I gather it? Have you pasted so that we go into discussion? Have you pasted the link so that they go to YouTube as
No,
we are
send it
talking?
for me again. No, send it for me again. I'm searching for the YouTube link.
The YouTube link. I bet you so many questions, answers, so many Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I sent it to you. Huh?
Yes. I'm
Uh-huh.
looking for it now.
Yeah, you are looking for it. Then we'll soon stop streaming now. I will get it to you.